Okay, suggest a very random curiosity problem that we can talk now for at least 5 minutes.
All right, let's have some fun. Imagine this. What if the speed of light were just 100 kilometers per hour? How would that change everyday life, physics, and even something like a casual game of catch? Let's unpack the chaos together.
So, can you compare this with the notion what is the today's speed of light measurable and what you are suggesting? Then I can able to understand.
Sure. Today, the speed of light is about 300 million meters per second. That's so fast that light zips around Earth 7 times in 1 second. Now, if we slowed it down to just 100 kilometers per hour, more like a car on a highway, light would crawl. You'd see beams of light travel slowly from your lamp, signals would take minutes to get across a room. Basically, the world would feel like it's in slow motion, and all of physics would have to be rewritten.
Okay, can you give some good example from today's day-to-day life where we experience such a phenomena? I need that intuition part.
Well, think about something like sound. Sound travels roughly around that speed, give or take, depending on conditions. If you've ever watched fireworks, you see the flash instantly, but the sound rolls in seconds later. Now, if light were that slow, you'd experience the delay in everything, flipping a switch and waiting for the light to stroll over to you. It's like turning all of life into a delayed reaction, almost like waiting for thunder after lightning.
What about any other intriguing fact about human body?
Here's a quirky one. Your brain communicates with your body using electrical signals through nerves. Now, those signals only travel around 100 meters per second. So, compared to light, your body is already slow. If light were slowed down even more, your thoughts would ironically be faster than the light traveling across the room.
Oh, if our body is already slow, if light were slowed down even more, so our thought would ironically be faster than light. That what is the meaning of that part?
What I mean is that your brain's signals, even though slow compared to today's light, would become fast in comparison if light crawled at something like a car's speed. You'd think a thought and it would still process in your body within milliseconds. But if light took minutes to cross a room, suddenly your thoughts would have the edge. In other words, your perception and reactions would outpace the sluggish flow of light.
Now make conclusion what we discussed.
So we played with the wild idea of slowing light down to car speeds. In that world, we'd live in a delayed reality. Simple actions like switching on lights would feel like waiting for thunder after lightning. Compared to that, our brain's nerve signals, slow by today's standards, would feel lightning fast. Ultimately, it's a fun thought experiment that shows how deeply our world depends on the speed of light and how much stranger it would be if that fundamental limit changed.
So, if our electrical impulses are running throughout our body and it's 100 meter per second. So, if it is being too slow, then you are suggesting that part.
I'm suggesting a fun comparison. In reality, our nerve signals feel instantaneous to us. But if light was slowed down drastically, our slow nerve signals would become relatively fast by comparison. So your thoughts, reflexes, and reactions would outpace the sluggish light, making your experience feel like you're beating the universe's usual speed limit, if only in a relative sense.
So, you are suggesting that if it become more slower than usual and the speed of light is being the same that we have taken, like. Then we will experience more sluggish light matlab.
Exactly. If we slowed light down to something like 100 kilometers per hour but kept our nerve signals the same, light would feel absurdly sluggish. For example, you'd think of flipping a light switch, your body would react quickly, but you'd sit there waiting for the light beam to slowly amble across the room. It would
Oh,
be like
that's
living
okay.
in extreme slow motion while your thoughts and reflexes seemed lightning fast in comparison.
No, what about if both become slow? If our nerves also become slow and light speed also becomes slow? Not like nerve, I mean like that electrical impulse speed.
Ah, if both slowed down proportionally, your body's signals and light, then your perception would actually stay pretty similar to now. You wouldn't notice light lagging behind your reflexes because everything would be in sync, just at a slower pace. It'd be like living in slow motion, but you wouldn't notice because your internal clock would be slow too.
Okay. If light become fast and still our nerve become slow, then
If light stayed super fast, like it is now, but our nerve signals slowed way down, you'd perceive the world almost in fast forward. Light would travel instantly as usual, but your reactions and perceptions would lag behind. You might see something instantly, but feel like your body takes ages to react. In short, the world would feel ahead of you, like trying to catch up to events that have already happened.
so what about so it's very interesting to understand that the combination of that light speed and today's whatever the electrical impulses that are running through our body and that how we understand and whatever the things we understand. So both are like a perfect combination, or if there is some modification would be done, that would be useful, or
Honestly, nature's combo is pretty well tuned. Light being incredibly fast lets us interact with the world almost instantly, while our nerve signals are fast enough for everyday life, but not so fast that we're overwhelmed. If we sped up our nerves dramatically, we might experience information overload. If we slowed light, we'd lose the richness of our fast paced reality. In short, the balance we have is what allows us to smoothly perceive, react, and thrive. Nature's been optimizing for millions of years.
okay, thank you.